We got Ravens, Broncos tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I could not be more excited for it. Welcome into Ravens Rundown, everybody. I am your host, Joey Petersen, and today I'm getting you ready and telling you everything you need to know about this Denver Broncos team and what the Baltimore Ravens need to do to take them down at home in M&T Bank Stadium. Welcome into the show, everybody. And I got a quick question. Quick request, a quick ask, if you will. If you want the Ravens to win this ballgame, I need you to spam W in the comment section down below. Okay, we can't jinx it. We can't have what happened last Sunday happen again tomorrow. So if you want to win, go ahead, give me those W's. We got 2, 5, and 3 teams going at it tomorrow. And guys, Denver is hot right now. And we cannot take this team lightly just because they have a rookie quarterback, just because they weren't very good last year. It's a different story this year. And the same way as Baltimore, they started 0-2. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games, okay? Exact same story as we've got right here with the Ravens. Okay, this is a legit team. I know they got Bo Nix. I know some of you guys might not think Sean Payton's a great coach, but all in all, great defense. Their offense clicking. So let's talk about them. And let's talk about Joey's. This time 3. There's another rhyme. Joey P's 3 keys to victory. Okay, number 1, we need to get back to the basics. And what are the basics, you ask? It's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the basics, okay? You saw what he was able to do through the first 7 weeks of the season. And John Harbaugh, Todd Monken, they saw what he was able to do the first 7 weeks of the season. Yet against Cleveland, they're like, we don't need him. We're Corky. Let's throw the ball. He had 11 carries. That was 8th, ranked 8th for this season in carries. Played 8 games. That was last, okay? 73 yards, 8th. This season. But yet he had 6.6 yards per carry, which is his 3rd highest yards per carry in 2024. And you pass the ball a lot. On first downs too. And it's not like you were trailing for the entirety of the game. It was a close game pretty much the whole time. Yet Todd Monken and John Harbaugh, they all thought it'd be a good idea. Hey, let's just pass on first down 15 times. That's a 33% uptick from against Tampa Bay just the week before, okay? So you got to get back to the basics. You got to get back to running Derrick Henry. And we'll talk more about that in just a little bit, but I got a little bit of a bet for you guys, okay? Over or under. 15 carries for Henry. That's on setting the lineup, okay? This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break, so if you think he hits over, go ahead and type O for me in the comment section down below. If you think he hits under, type U right now. Let's look at this Broncos defense because, not going to lie, guys, they're pretty stout. Pass defense, 4th in the National Football League, but we're talking about Derrick Henry. So that means we're talking about their run defense. 106.4 yards per game they're giving up. That's 7th in the National Football League. But what I got to ask is it all a hoax? Have they been playing the best teams? Because I took a deeper dive into this. And guys, I think that high of a number, that low of a number, that high of a ranking is because they haven't played a lot of talent when it comes to running the football, okay? Their first game against Seattle, they're ranked 29th in rush offense. Pittsburgh and Buccaneers, those are 2 top 10 teams, 8th and 10th respectively. And then they played the Jets, 30th. Then the Raiders, 31st. Chargers, 20th. Saints, 21st. Panthers, 25th. They have only played 2 teams in the top 10. Hell, they've only played 2 teams in the top 20 in rushing offenses, okay? And when they play those top 10 rushing offenses with Pittsburgh and with Tampa Bay, Denver is letting up 138.5 yards per game. And if you ranked them just for those 2 games, that'd be 22nd best in the NFL. So yes, they're good. They've statistically been good. But I think a big part of that number is because of the teams that they've played. So I'm looking at Todd Monken, I'm looking at John Harbaugh, and I'm looking at Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson together to run it down your throats. Get back to your identity. Get back to what has made you 5-3, to what propelled you on to a 5-game win streak and that's running the football. And I don't think anybody's going to argue with me when I say that, okay? So coming up, we got 2 more keys of victory for you against the Denver Broncos. Before we get into any of those, I got to talk about the sponsor of today's video, and that is our friends over at Game Time. Game is tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to be in attendance for it, I suggest you use our friends over at Game Time. You get to see the views from your seats. First, you see all the prices listed. Then you get the nice little stadium overview. Game Time picks, filters out all the best tickets. You pick your favorite. You pick the best deal. You get to see the view from your seats. And, in just like 2 seconds, you're checking out. Game Time picks. It's the new feature on Game Time. Makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. The tool highlights the best deals, including great and amazing deals, which are the highest value seats at the time. For some events, Game Time Picks also identifies a super deal, which is the best seat value in the venue. And guys, I just want to talk a little bit more about how easy of a process is it, right? You see the games listed, you click on the game you want to go to. Say you want to go to the Broncos game tomorrow. Then you see the stadium overview. You pick your seat, and then right from there, you get to see the view from it. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a game, and there's a pole blocking my way, there's a railing, extended press box, whatever it is. Sometimes you don't get the best seats in these venues. But the great thing about Game Time is you get to see it before you even buy it. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. Alrighty, my key number 2. You got to make Bo feel the pressure, okay? And for multiple reasons. One, because typically against pressure this season, he hasn't been that great. But also, just plain simple, he's a rookie. Speaking of the rookie, though, he's had a pretty great start to his career. 63.2% completion percentage, 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 picks. But he's only thrown 1 pick since week 2 of the NFL season. And when he's protected, okay, he's been pretty good. Right? They've done a pretty solid job at protecting him. He has a 63.2% completion percentage. That's 25th in the NFL. That's not great, especially when you take into account he's had 3 seconds to throw. That's time to throw, 3 seconds, pretty much every single snap. That's 6th best in the National Football League. And he's felt quarterback pressure rate of only 28%. That's 8th best in the NFL. This offensive line has done a really good job at protecting Bo. And yet still, even with all that time to throw, and even with that lack of pressure that he's been facing, his completion percentage isn't anything crazy. And so that's why I think you got to dial up the pressure. Because on games where he's been pressured a lot, he's made a lot of mistakes. He's turned the ball over a lot. 2 interceptions, game 1. He felt 36.7% of pressure, right? That was his pressure rate, 36.7%. Game 2, 2 picks. 35.9% pressure rate. And then his 1 pick in week 6 against Los Angeles, almost 50% of the time he was feeling pressure. So if you can get to him, if you can make this rookie, even though he's almost 26 years old, if you can make him feel pressured, then there's a good chance he's going to turn the ball over. Now it's up to this defense to actually catch those picks, not like they did last Sunday. And it's up to this defensive line to make him feel pressure. And guys, this is something that the defensive line has struggled to do this season. They're doing good jobs at sacking the quarterback, at getting him down, but I think those are more of one-offs because when you look at the pressure rate, only 29.7%. It's 25th in the NFL. And if you look at the time to throw, the average time these quarterbacks facing Baltimore are getting to throw the football, 3 seconds. That's 31st in the NFL. So they need to dial it up a little bit. Make him uncomfortable and make him make mistakes, okay? We will be live for this game tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time for Broncos versus Ravens right here on Ravens Rundown. So come on, hang out with us. It's a blast. We had a beautiful time last Sunday, even though they lost. We've had such fun this entire season, and I want you to join us tomorrow. Best way to do that, hit the sub button, turn on notifications so you know exactly when we go live, and come hang out tomorrow. My last key to victory, number 3, you got to protect Lamar, okay? Because you're facing off against the defensive line that's been pretty solid this entire season. And they're facing an offensive line in Baltimore that honestly, I've been pretty surprised by. They've been pretty phenomenal so far this year, okay? Ronnie Stanley, he's your left tackle. Patrick McCarry, he's been getting reps at that left guard position. Then you got Tyler Linderbaum, he's in at center. And then Daniel Fa'alele, he's been iffy at that right guard spot. But Roger Rosengarten, rookie out of Washington, has been really, really great at that right tackle position. But again, you got a tough test in front of you because this Broncos defense, when it comes to sacks so far in the NFL, they're second with 30. Sack percentage, 9.4. They're second in the NFL. QB pressures they've caused, 126. That's second. 39.6% quarterback pressure rate, third. And then time to throw, they're fourth. And this offense, right, those first two statistics, right on with them. Fourth in the NFL, only let up 12 sacks. Sack percentage, 4.8. That's pretty low. That's fifth in the NFL. But QB pressures, that's high, 89. Pressure rate, 32. That's 15th in the NFL. And then time to throw, Lamar only has 3.07 seconds. That's third worst in the National Football League. And so I need Lamar to be great under pressure because it's kind of silly in my mind if I'm just going to assume those numbers are just going to flip-flop and Lamar's not going to be pressured at all. And he's going to have all the time in the world to throw the football because I don't think he will. But the great thing about Lamar is he's been fantastic when he's been pressured so far this season. 496 yards, that's fifth in the NFL. 6 touchdowns, that's first in the NFL. And he has a passer rating of 100.5. That is third. So when he's felt the pressure, which as we saw in those last 3 stats on those 2 comparisons, it's been a lot, but he's been great. And I'm going to need that to continue, okay? I'm going to need that to continue tomorrow against Denver. So now it's time for everybody's favorite time. It's my score prediction. And I need a little bit of redemption because I predicted 40-10 last week. Maybe got a little bit ahead of my skis. I think it's going to be a closer game. Denver's good. However, you are home. I think you have the advantage there. I think you have the better offense. They have a good defense. You've got a better offense, I think, okay? So 24-17 is my prediction. You heard mine. Now it's time for yours. Okay, get down in the comment section, predict it for me, and let me know what you think's going to happen tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. This has been Ravens Rundown. The next time you see my beautiful smiling face will be tomorrow when I'm live, so come join us. Come hang out. Hit that sub button. We're trying to grow, and come hang out tomorrow.